Do you remember what happened at 3:17 a.m.? Last episode, Emily thought moving out would solve everything. She believed distance would break whatever connection existed between her and the apartment on 4th Street. But some places do not let you leave so easily. Welcome back to Flow Speak Studio. This is not a grammar lesson. This is immersion. As you listen, focus on the emotions, the descriptive language, the rhythm of natural English. And tonight, the story continues. So take a breath and let's go back to where we left off. Emily moved into a different apartment across the city. It was newer, brighter, and far from 4th Street. For the first 2 nights, she slept peacefully, convincing herself that everything she had experienced was simply stress or imagination. But on the 3rd night, she woke up suddenly. She didn't check the time at first. She didn't need to. She already knew. Still, with slow hesitation, she reached for her phone on the bedside table and turned on the screen. 3:17 a.m. Her stomach tightened. She stayed completely still, staring at the ceiling of her new bedroom. The silence felt heavy, almost expectant, as if the air itself were waiting for something to begin. And then she heard it. A faint sound. Above her, a slow, deliberate step. She closed her eyes immediately, as if refusing to look would somehow make it unreal. But the sound continued. Not loud, not aggressive, just steady footsteps crossing the ceiling from one side of the room to the other. There was an apartment above her. She had checked before renting it. A young couple lived there, normal people, ordinary lives. So why did the steps sound exactly the same? Measured, heavy, dragging slightly on the 3rd step. Her breathing became shallow. She counted silently in her mind, trying to match the rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Drag. The same pattern, exactly the same. The footsteps stopped directly above her bed. And then, nothing. No whisper this time, no knock, just silence. The next morning, Emily forced herself to act normal. She waited in the hallway until the neighbors upstairs left their apartment. When she finally saw them, they looked ordinary, tired, rushing to work. That night, she didn't sleep. She waited. 3:16 a.m. Her heart began pounding before anything happened. At 3:17, the footsteps returned, but this time they moved faster. Not running, not panicked, purposeful, as if searching. That was when Emily realized something disturbing. The sound wasn't coming from directly above anymore. It was moving across the ceiling, toward the corner of the room, toward the wall, toward her. She turned on the light instantly. The sound stopped. Complete silence. The next day, Emily went back to 4th Street. She told herself she needed answers, closure, logic. The building looked the same. Old brick, narrow windows, flickering hallway lights. The landlord wasn't there, but the front office door was unlocked. Inside, she found shelves filled with old folders, tenant records, maintenance reports, inspection documents. She searched for anything connected to the sealed upper floor. After nearly an hour, she found it. A thin file labeled Incident Report, 10 years ago. Her hands trembled as she opened it. According to the document, a tenant lived alone on the top floor, a quiet man, no family, no visitors. Neighbors had complained for weeks about heavy footsteps at night, always at the same time, 3:17 a.m. Eventually, the smell began. Authorities forced entry into the apartment. The man had been dead for several days, but the report included one detail that made Emily's blood run cold. The medical examiner estimated the time of death to be approximately 3:17 a.m. After that incident, the floor was permanently sealed. No new tenants were allowed. Emily stared at the page for a long time. If the man died at 3:17, why was the neighbors hearing footsteps for weeks before anyone discovered him? And why were they still hearing them? That night, she didn't go back to her new apartment. She stayed in a hotel across town trying to break the pattern. At 3:17 a.m., she woke up anyway. No footsteps, no sounds, just silence. For the first time in days, she felt relief, until she noticed something. The silence wasn't empty. It was listening. And from somewhere inside the room, not above, not outside, not in the hallway, she heard a single step behind her. If you noticed how the tension built slowly, that's intentional. Immersion works best when you stop translating and start experiencing. Now tell me, do you think whatever was in the apartment followed Emily, or was it waiting for her all along? Comment your theory below. And if you're ready for episode 3, make sure you're subscribed, because at 3:17 a.m., this story is far from over.